and how sorry he was, and of course they believed him. They always do. I burst through the door without knocking to find them all sitting in the living room like some kind of twisted intervention. My mother was patting Dwight's shoulder consolingly, while my father stood with his arms crossed, looking grave. Jess was noticeably absent. "Well, look who finally showed up," my father said, his voice dripping with disapproval. "Care to explain why you're threatening your brother-in-law?" "Brother-in-law?" I echoed in disbelief. "You mean the man who's been sleeping with my fiancée for months? The man who got her pregnant while married to your daughter?" My mother gasped. "Josephine's pregnant? Oh, Dwight, you poor thing. What a mess that girl has created." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Are you serious right now? He cheated on your daughter with my fiancée. How is Josephine the only one at fault here?" Mom immediately started lecturing me about forgiveness and family, while Dad stood there with his arms crossed, looking disappointed in me, not in precious Dwight. I tried explaining what really happened, but they wouldn't listen. They kept saying I needed to forgive Dwight and support Josephine through her pregnancy, because family comes first. "You don't understand the pressure Dwight's under," my mother insisted. "Jess hasn't been very attentive lately. Men have needs." "Are you actually justifying him cheating on your daughter?" I asked, incredulous. "Where is Jess anyway? Does she know what her husband's been doing?" My father cleared his throat. "Jess is upstairs resting. She's understandably upset, but she's willing to work through this. That's what mature adults do. They don't run around making accusations and threats." "Dwight has agreed to couples counseling," my mother added, as if this solved everything. "He's taking responsibility for his actions, which is more than I can say for you." "Me? What have I done except be betrayed by everyone I trusted?" "You've always been dramatic," my father sighed, "always making everything about you. This situation requires delicacy and understanding, not your usual tantrum." Dwight sat there smugly, playing the contrite husband. "I've apologized to Jess, and she's forgiven me. Josephine and I made a mistake, but now we have to think about the baby." That's when I lost it. Years of bottled resentment exploded. I told them exactly how I felt about their twisted loyalty, how they'd always favored Jess and her husband over me, never taking my side or supporting me. I told Dwight he was dead to me. I told my parents they could have the family they always wanted because they didn't have me anymore. "You know what? I'm done," I said, my voice dangerously quiet. "Done with all of you. For 34 years I've tried to earn your love and respect, and it's never been enough. Nothing I do has ever mattered compared to anything Jess does." "That's not true," my mother protested weakly. "We love you both equally." I laughed bitterly. "That's a lie and you know it. When Jess crashes a car, it's an accident. When I get straight A's, it's expected. When Jess drops out of college, she gets a party. When I graduate with honors, I get a handshake. You've always been stronger," my father said. "You didn't need the same support Jess did." "No, you just didn't want to give it to me," I countered. "And now your precious son-in-law has knocked up my fiancé, and somehow I'm still the bad guy." I turned to Dwight then. "You're pathetic. A cheating, lying coward who's never worked for anything in his life. You think you've won something here? Congratulations on your prize, a woman who cheats on her fiancé. I'm sure she'll be completely faithful to you." I stormed out, ignoring their calls and pleas. I drove aimlessly for hours, just wanting to escape everything and everyone. When I finally got home, I had dozens of missed calls and messages. Josephine begging for another chance, Dwight alternating between apologies and accusations. Most came from my parents, demanding I grow up and make amends. "You're tearing this family apart with your stubbornness," my mother's voicemail declared. "Josephine is in a fragile condition and needs support, not judgment." My father was more direct. "This childish behavior ends now. Be at Sunday dinner to apologize to Dwight and work this out like a man." There were even messages from Jess, which surprised me. "I've forgiven Dwight, and you should too," she said coldly. "Josephine made a mistake, but the baby is innocent in all